Hello viewers, this is Amateur Thinking. Now, what we are going to do today, or the purpose of this video today, is I'm going to try and make a description of a picture that I hope you will be able to see. It seems in the development of our history, from when our existence started to where our final destination will be, it seems we've been going through a historical exodus or a historical migration. Just like I've mentioned, it started from the jungle, and there is irrefutable evidence that this journey started from the jungle. There is theological evidence from things like the Bible and all other religious books. There is academic evidence that is part of where we started. And when we left the jungle through this exodus, or through this migration, it seems we are going somewhere. And where we are going in this description is a final destination. And that final destination is a functional home. Now, in this video, I'm not going to fully describe the details of what the functional home looks like, but I hope you can sort of already pick that there is this idea of a functional home, the real home where a modern man should live. We left the jungle, heading towards a functional home. And indeed, as we see from current affairs today, it seems there are some people, a very small percentage, who are now living in the final destination, in a functional home, but not everybody is living there yet. I hope you can see that migration started from somewhere, the jungle, and then slowly through our development, going to the final destination, right here on Earth, which is a functional home, the final habitat of a human being, a modern human being. Now, in going through that exodus, there is a transition habitat which we dwelt in for some time. And that habitat happens to be the cave. Again, there is irrefutable evidence that we were in the cave. There's a lot of artifacts, a lot of tools, and a lot of bits and pieces of evidence that is irrefutable that was a very, very important transition part of this historical exodus, starting from the jungle to the cave and to the final destination. And like I've sort of enunciated, not everybody is in the final destination. I hope you can see that that's where we are all supposed to be, in the final destination, a functional home, a modern home. The cave has some interesting things that it's interesting to know, to understand, that we can pick up on. That when we left the jungle, obviously for whatever reasons, that it was not as conducive as the cave was, hence why we left it to go to the cave. The cave was very durable. It was capable of withstanding different weather conditions, like very hot climate or very cold climate. The cave was very protective. It could protect better than the jungle could. You are not as much exposed to danger when you are in a confined space as a cave as you would when you are in the open compared to when you were in the jungle. So there are interesting things that we learned from the cave, including the fact that caves are made of geological material, rock and stone and earth. And all those processes are made or supported by fire. In order for a geological process to happen, in order to make a durable thing like a cave, it has got to undergo some sort of a thermal process. And it seems we learned from that as well. And some of those, whatever it is we picked up from that, the attributes of a cave, we have transferred it into this final home that some people have arrived to and others are endeavoring to arrive to as the process of our development goes on. The other interesting thing is, for the purposes of this video, it's beyond the scope of it, but it's again interesting for us to talk about it. It's this fire. I'm not personally sure when we discovered fire. Did we discover fire before we went into the cave, or whilst we were in the cave, or after we left in the cave? And how long did it take? When exactly did that happen? Because fire is a very, very important piece of the skill to control fire is a very important piece of a tool that without it, the level of development that we have achieved today as we see the modern world wouldn't have happened. Nearly everything in terms of our historical development in technology, in construction, and in anything else that you can think, you have to use fire. You have to know how to manipulate fire, right from small temperatures or very negative temperatures to very high temperatures, temperatures similar to those of the sun, things like nuclear facilities, for running electricity and so on. So fire was such an important tool that we discovered as humans, and we have used through this process of our exodus to try and get to this final destination. I hope you've seen this picture of our historical migration from our first habitat, which happens to be the forest or the jungle, and we transitioned in the cave, and now some people have arrived to the final destination, which is a modern home. And like I've said, I will make more videos to give a full description of how a modern home is supposed to look like. So I will take this opportunity also to appeal to all responsible people, to all governments, to all theological bodies. It is important for us to see that we started somewhere and we are going somewhere whilst we are still here on earth. The majority of the people have not yet arrived to that destination. So I hope that picture can show you that we have a lot of work to do in order to have the completion of this migration to the final destination. There's a lot of work to do. Instead of us using our intellect to blow ourselves up, to make weapons, clever, intelligent people, wasting that intellect to go to war or to terror and just to blow ourselves up. No. There's a lot of work to do for us to put ourselves in a safe position so that you will be happy, I will be happy, and everybody will be happy. It's possible. That is well within, this is not far-fetched. It's well within our grasp. It's possible, and it will happen. The quicker we get to it, the better. This has been Amateur Thinking. Thank you for listening. Thank you.